everybody. Welcome to the Joyful Finding Show, October 6th, 2023. October, 10th month. We're cruising right through this now. Moving, jumping through hoops, doing all kinds of different stuff. How are you all doing this week? I'm glad you guys are jumping on here and coming into this circle of beautiful love, light, and the glory of God is surrounding all of us this evening. All of us. We're all in this. You notice how the energy just changed? That was so cool. It's like we're all in this new flow. Okay? We're all in this new flow. We've released so much. We're feeling so much lighter now. We're easier to create what it is that we want to create outside of the fears that have been instilled in us. So, hello, beautiful patriots. Yes, Dia. Hello. I should say hello to some of you guys. Dia and Ruth and Richard and Kim Smith. Who else we got out here? Barbara. Hello, darling. And Lanka said hello there in the beginning somewhere. All right. So I think that's all of you so far that have said hello that I can see in the chat. So if you guys are out there, say hello, tapping into all this beautiful energy that we're all bringing together, because each of us are all connected in so many different ways, okay? So many different ways. And I feel like the energy is so much lighter with all of you guys. You guys have we've really tipped some kind of scale coming into this month, it feels like. You know what I mean? Your energy... Because a lot of you that are watching right now watched last week. So I'm feeling like the energy is a little bit calmer. I get a little tense when I say that because someone's not believing it completely. But things are changing a lot and very quickly now as we move forward. So this is going to be cool. So I'm super excited that you guys are all here bringing this beautiful energy together. I wanted to start off by saying that you guys are bringing in that beautiful energy. You guys are a part of that. And I can feel that in my ears. So maybe there's going to be things that you're going to hear. Okay. So open your ears for what you're hearing. Be listening for messages or whatever it is that's coming to you. Maybe sometimes that's a tone. But they're saying, feel into that because I can feel it in my right ear. So I want you guys to feel into that. Also clearing that third eye so you can see clearly. There's a lot of things that have been put in the way. And now we're here to move through all of that. There's the light at the end of the tunnel. That's it. There's the light at the end of the tunnel. We can see more of what's happening now. Okay, you guys? All right. Hello, Bridget. Who else is out there? I saw Richard and Robert. Hello, Robert. You're my first donation tonight. So, Robert, thank you very much. Very, very, very much. Who else is out there tonight? Lady Di. Welcome, my friend. I'm so glad you guys are all here this evening because the energy has all brought us together. It's brought us together, right? So, what have you guys been doing this week? What y'all been doing? I've been super busy. I'm on super busy mode, just getting things done and spring cleaning, getting rid of things, reorganizing, painting, you name it. I feel like by Christmas time, my whole house will have gone through, cleaned, painted, everything, and I'll feel like a brand new space. I feel like this is very important. You know, if we can't move somewhere and create new space, it's important to create some new space in our own four walls, right? Because I feel like there's many of you that are going to be on the move very soon, okay? But I feel like for me, you know, I'm not. I feel like I'm supposed to be in Sarasota for a bit longer, and that could be a very long bit. For things that are going to transpire here. There's a connection that I have not been able to put together yet. So if you guys are listening, right? If you guys are listening and you hear something that comes to you that you need to share, or you feel like you should share, or you've heard it more than once, share that because there's a lot of dots that are going to be put together. And it's kind of like following snakes sometimes because they're all a little squirmy because they're always trying to hide, right? You come up on a snake and that snake is trying to hide. So no more hiding. Okay, there's no more hiding. God says there's going to be transparency, so that's going to be way cool. And we're being more transparent with each other too, right? Um, we're not taking the BS we would have taken a year ago or 2 years ago. We're standing up for ourselves. We're doing what's right. We're doing what we feel like we are being called to do in the daily moment without someone standing over us and micromanaging us. Okay. Because I feel like a lot of you are breaking through from that. And if there is a little bit of micromanaging out there, remember to set up your boundaries, right? We have boundaries. Okay. Because there are still some out there that like to do that stuff. So we can't allow that anymore. Kim Smith says, unpacking and cleaning and organizing all week, plus catching up with friends. Great week. Wearing clothes and more time throwing them away dirty. There you go. Clean it out, Kim. We're all going through some kind of purge or some kind of cleaning or maybe even downsizing some more. But it's not only just the physical, it's also the mind, right? It's clearing our mind and creating what it is that we want to create as we move forward. Because a lot of you sometimes get caught up in the humanness, right? We get caught up in the day-to-day hustle and bustle, and we forget about what is it that we want to be doing. We get so caught up in doing all those things, but it's like, what is it that we want to do? What is it that you want to do? Okay, because it's time for you to like put that out there more, because the universe is going to provide. Okay, and is always going to provide. So keep moving in that direction. Okay, so even every day in that moment, in this time, you are exactly where you need to be. Okay, because you're doing exactly what you need to be doing, right? Even if it's just watching this show or running out and doing your errands during the day or taking yourself a vacation or doing things in your work life or having that relationship that fulfills you. You know what I mean? There's all these different things that goes on. Yes, I'm going to talk about that a little bit too. Time feels strange, Lenka says. And I'm glad you brought that up. So, all right, you guys. So I know that some people around the US have experienced the smoke that came from Canada. Okay. And in my honest opinion, I don't believe it was smoke. It didn't smell like smoke. It didn't, it's kind of, was the best way to describe it was a full on haze. And I haven't seen anything like, we in the morning it seemed like it was fog, right? But we knew it wasn't fog. I was like, this is really weird. And as the day goes on, I get a text from Blanca, the sky's strange. My boyfriend texts me like 5 minutes later, the sky, what's up with the sky? I put it out there and I see that this is happening, not only just here, but it happened in different places at varying times, right? People from Maine, Kansas, Ohio, all kinds of people were yeah, more like smog pollution. Yes. And it made me cough, but it didn't make everyone cough that I talked to. So I think it was designed to do whatever it needed to do for other people, if that makes sense. Because this felt very weird. It felt like, and the word I used was ominous. I can't even say it out loud. I can spell it. But it was like, that's the word that came to me. I was like, what is going on? This is like really strange stuff, So I feel like we're all experiencing some of that a little bit. But I feel like that was also when in this last week, right? Everything that we've experienced, like time does feel strange. Like it feels stretched out in places, and then other times it feels like it's just like a rubber band and it's snapped together. Okay, so it does feel strange. I've actually noticed that the sky seems different as well. So I'm wondering if any of you guys have noticed your skies looking a little different compared to before this smoke came in. Yes, Lenka's saying yes. Okay, yes. So Lenka's noticed. And I know you pay attention to the sky because you're driving all day long. But it's like, it just seemed different. It almost seemed more clear. I don't even know how to describe it, but that's what I was experiencing, okay? So I'm just sharing my experiences, right? That's what we're here to do. Share our experiences. Some of them we share together, right? But I think how many of you guys experience this smoke out there? How many of you listener right now have seen this smoke haze stuff? And what did it remind you of? What did it feel like? But anyways, I feel like we've really tipped the scales. Like everything was a pivot. Like I feel like we were on one track and I feel like we kind of like moved over and we're going the right way now, Feels like wrinkle in the moments as far as time. Yes. I would go with that. That's a good way of describing that. I like that one. Anyone else have any way of describing any of these things? This is about you guys listening to or feeling or knowing, or all of a sudden something pops in your mind that you don't normally think about. Share those with us this evening. That would be great. I'd appreciate that. All right. So with all of that, so the smoke, the haze, whatever you want to call it, it was really weird. It was just very weird because it was all over Florida. It was like, it's just, and I couldn't, the weird part about it is that day I tried to go on the weather channels and see where the jet stream was actually coming from. And I honestly I couldn't find a jet stream that would actually work for me to show me how this smoke got to Florida. You know what I mean? It's a long way, a really, really long way. And usually that's not the way our weather moves. So anyways, just pay attention to things, just discern through some things, look into things sometimes maybe a little bit more than you would just look at, on the surface. Dig a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just dig a little bit. I love you guys. I do. All right. So what else do they want me to share with you guys? Because, my painting. Okay. So again, you guys. So when I'm saying listen, right? Because I kept getting the message in my head, you need to do a painting. For like 3 days in a row. You need to do a painting. I was like, I don't have time for that right now. That requires getting everything out and and I was like, so on the third day, I think it was finally on Sunday. Yeah, I think it pretty much was Sunday. I'm like, all right, I finally have some free time. Everyone's occupied. I can sit down and do this. And literally, I did this in like 10 minutes. Okay. And it means, and I just do everything intuitively because I have no background in any of this. I kind of remind myself of my mother in her older age because that's when she started to get involved in all of this stuff as well. But she actually took classes. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to do it. But I want to share it because it tells a story to whoever's looking at it. I posted it out on my social media and I got some great feedback of what they see and what they feel and all that. So that's really cool. So I'm going to share it with you guys. All right. Let's see how I can best share this with you guys. I always never know. All right. That's a good view right there. So you guys just tap into that. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you see? What do you feel? Because there's a lot going on in there. So again, it's about listening to your intuition. Okay, you guys, it's about listening to your intuition, right? Because literally this tells me every time I look at it, I see something different. So again, the story keeps moving. It's moving. It's like a living painting because it has a story behind it everywhere. And you may be able to see it even back there and be able to tap into that a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Hello, Kim Offman. More people are popping on. Glad to see you guys are here. This is such a fun day. I love you guys. I'm so glad you guys are here. And I feel like October is like a different month than what we're used to. Okay, I feel like really like, I don't even know how to describe how I feel. It feels almost like the weirdest calm that I've ever felt in my life. Okay, so I'm not even sure how to describe that in words. Okay, but whatever's taking place right now is going to be in a momentous, I'm not even sure of the right word, but it's going to go very quickly. They're not, but anyways, whatever it is, just pay attention every day, because there's going to be more clues, and God is helping you to be more aware of what is coming. Okay. And you are also here to assist those around you that don't completely understand that what might be taking place. Okay. So pay attention to that. Barbara says, looks like a story. Ha. You just said that. I especially love the colors. Seems significant in some way. Yes, there's a lot of colors in there. Blues and yellows and greens and reds and whites. I think there's about 6 colors in there, maybe. Can't remember exactly. But yeah, it does tell a story. Aw, Kathy Bray, thank you very much for your donation. You'll be number 2 when I get to messages. Let me write your name down, my friend. So glad you're here today, Kathy. All right, you guys. Kathy Bray. Woo-hoo. 1 and 2. We got 2 so far. Yep, you guys are able to do that through donations, through Super Chat, Rumble Rants over there on Rumble, and you guys can do it through my Venmo as well. She just put it up there on the screen, so thank you very much, Tiffany. You are the best at helping me do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also check out my website. I am melissaparks.com. I always forget to talk about my stuff. You know what I mean? So check out my website. I am melissaparks.com. See what's going on. Book an appointment if you want to. Buy a gift for somebody this Christmas. Whatever it is. Check it out. And I think some of my art will be going up for sale. I think I'm going to just start putting it up on my website for like 10, 15 bucks, because I don't plan on making a ton of money off this, but I think it needs to get out there to whoever's called to owning any of these pieces. So there's going to be that maybe coming soon. I say that, but we'll see if I follow through. All right, let's see what's shaking in the world. I just wish I could talk about so much, but there's not enough time in this hour to talk about it all, because there's things that are changing and shifting in such a way you can't put into words until you experience it, right? You have to experience it before we can put it into words. But I'm super excited. I feel like I have butterflies. I feel like, oh, that's another thing, another story I have to tell. So, I wonder if I should show you guys the pictures. It's always hard when I do it on my phone, but we'll try anyways. So yesterday I was having, because I heard a couple other people talked about being really emotional this week. Girls, boys, whoever, men, whatever. I was emotional this week. Even though I was getting a lot of stuff done, I think I was purging a lot, because I was like going through a lot of like crying episodes. Like something's over nothing, I would just start crying, or there would be something that I had to release, maybe, that made me start crying again. So yesterday I'm leaving the house in the afternoon, and I'm going to get Christopher from school, and this little guy shows up. Let's see if we can get him. Let's see if we can show him. I know I got to tilt it one way or the other. Oh man, you guys aren't going to be able to see it. Darn it. Probably if I turn down the thing, you might be able to. But anyways, it was a wood stork. Next time I'm going to start downloading these on my computer or something. But it was a wood stork. And the stork is what? About new beginnings. Okay? Again, new beginnings. And he was walking down the middle of the street like he owned the place. Okay? Bridget, you're number 3. Thank you for the donation. I wonder why my phone isn't making noise. That's funny. All right. So thank you. So the stork was in the middle of the street, and I was like, all right, new beginnings. I got this. And it was only one. He was like, I drove around him. He got out of the way. We worked it out. But he came to show me, right, that there was going to be this new beginning, right? And it was in the way that this new beginning is going to show up where we travel, okay, where we're going, okay? So I feel like you need to pay attention to what new beginnings are coming up for you and which ones you're going to create, and create them with positivity, with love, with grace, with sincerity, you know, the way kind of things should be, or the way things are going to be, because we're going to be much kinder to each other moving forward once we get through all this turbulence, because right now it's pretty turbulent depending on where you are and who you are. A lot of people are experiencing a lot of different experiences right now, but we're all going to make it through this. So everyone just keep it together. Just keep yourselves together, okay? Because we are all going to get through this. Hello, Devin. So glad you are here too. I'm shaking, but that might be my Parkinson's. Hello. Well, get to shaking, buddy. It's all those good vibrations. Also sending healing energy out to you, Devin, so you can feel a little better. And you're willing to accept it, so that's helpful. Yay. Linnell says, thanks to all being here. It was nice to know I had a safe, incredible space to share. So thankful for all of you. Thank you for you. Thank you, Linnell. Leica says, love those birds. They are silent observers. Yes, they are silent observers. So it's very interesting because they don't make a lot of noise. I've never heard them make noise. Those sandhill cranes are loud. They'll make a lot of noise. But the storks, they're very quiet, very quiet. And they're always just checking things out. I was wondering whose yard he was going to. Ha, ha, ha. Good vibes for all. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that was an interesting story that happened to me this week too. I feel like there was some other thing. Okay, so I don't know where I'm going with all of that. But anyways, you guys are bringing in all this energy. I feel like there's more people showing up. You guys are bringing in more good energy. The vibes are good. So I'm glad you used those positive vibes there, Devin, because now I feel like everyone's pumping them up. The energy is becoming more increased within your body, feeling it into every cell, all the way down into your DNA, reactivating everything that needs to be activated for your highest and best in this moment. Just totally feeling everything getting lit up. Feel like you're a Tesla tower and we just lit you like the big old lighthouse that you are, and that you constantly run on full-time energy, right? It feels really good. I feel like oh my God, my feet feel like they're going to take off from the floor. So I hope you guys are feeling all that good energy. Feel it, feel it, feel it. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. I feel like I'll have more to share at the end when I remember what else I needed to share. So we'll probably go to my sponsor first, and then I will get into all your messages. So I want to thank the 3 for the donations already. I got Robert, Kathy Bray, and Bridget for the donations so far. So thank you. You guys will be first, and then we'll tap in and see where we go from there. All right, you guys. And also, Feng Shui, my space, is the sponsor to my show. Thank you, Marsha Morse, for being the beautiful sponsor that you are and the beautiful person that you are. And if you guys ever want to change up your space in your house, or the energy in your office, or your camper, depending on what your living situation is, it does not matter. Call Marsha Morse for your consultation today. Thanks, guys. All right, you guys, check out Marsha Morris for your Feng Shui consultation, home, office, van, whatever you're living in, whatever you're working out of. Give her a call so you can see what happens in your life from there. So check out fengshuimyspace.com, my friends. Check her out. Give Marsha a ring-a-ding-ding. Thank you. All right, Richard, you're number 4. Thank you, Richard. Okay, so really strange thing, because I feel like all this energy is doing weird things. So I wonder if you guys can pay attention to the energy drain on some of your things that are going on. Because I just got a text from Dia. She said she had 40% on her computer, and 17, 18 minutes into my thing, she got booted out, or computer died, and she's still trying to get back on. So if you guys are having technical difficulties and with your stuff, wonder what that's all about. Where you have so much energy coming in right now. Woo, that's why I have to keep my computer plugged in all the time, because it will just die, zapping right out. It needs constant energy, my friends. So I'm hoping she gets back on. If not, she can watch the replay, but she'll be there. I'll give her a message anyways. I'll put her down here because she got kicked off. The energy kicked her off. So she'll be 5. All right. All right. So here we go. Ready, you guys? Are you guys ready for messages now? Okay. So clear everything. I want you to think about, before I tap into all you guys for messages, okay, that we're going to clear up some more stuff a little bit first, okay? Because I just got this in my brain. So clear out everything, right? Let's just clear, say we're taking it, say we're doing the fall cleaning and we're brooming, we have the broom and we're sweeping all the dust out the front door, even though you should never do that because it just comes back in. But anyways, we're sweeping it all out the front door, okay? Our vessel is clean, pure energy. There's no dust, there's no space dust, there's no haze, there's none of that connected in right now. All the messages coming forth are for your highest and best good. Okay, so tap into all of that. All right. All right. Woo. All right, let's go. All right, Robert, you're first. Woo, Robert. All right, Robert, you have a lot of things that are switching and changing for you. You've been going through this process for a little bit. I feel like this has to do with family. I feel like it has to do with work. I feel like it has to do with living spaces. I don't feel like you're completely happy in the space that you are. That's why you're searching. I feel like you are going to follow your path. I feel like there are going to be things that are going to make you more abundant. I feel like you're going to be jumping those 1, 2, 3, 4. So in the next 4 months, you're going to be putting all these things together. And I feel like there's new opportunities for you, and this also has to do with moving forward in that love relationship that's going to be coming for you, because I feel like this fall season into winter is a really good thing for you, because I also feel like you're going through, like, I almost feel like you're in like this washing machine and you're really getting cleansed, right? It's like it's like you're getting all the dirt out of all the little spaces, wherever that dust, right? I call it sometimes, I call it space dust that kind of gets on us and kind of clutters us up. You know what I mean? Because it could be other people's emotions, feelings, whatever. And we don't recognize where it really comes from, but we need to let it go. So I feel like you're really starting to tap into all of that for yourself, Richard. So just know that things are going to start rocking and rolling, and you are paying attention more. They're saying not enough, but more to the intuition that's coming to you. And just let it flow to you, because it's going to be quite abundant when it starts to flow and you allow it. It's kind of like turning on the faucet. Okay. It's like you are in control of that faucet. Okay. You can turn it on. You can turn it off. Your guides and your higher self would say, turn it on. Okay. So I'm going to leave that with you, Richard. Thank you. All right, Kathy Bray, let's see what's shaking in your world this week. Kathy Bray, you are still zigzagging back and forth. So I feel like there's some travel that's coming up, but I also feel like you're this way in your mind a little bit too. Okay. So it's not just traveling back and forth, but I feel like there's some things that you're wanting to decide about. And I don't know if you're retired or not, but I feel like you should be. You know what I mean? So I feel like I should be having more fun, relaxing, I don't have a schedule to keep unless I decide I need to make an appointment for this or that and make more fun. I feel like you want to do things in the community. You know what I mean? So I'm getting there's a lot of that. So there's could be like some zigzagging with that as well. Also, something you are creating. I don't know if you do it physically by, creating art or something like that, but I feel like there's something that's hands on that you're in the middle of creating. And that could just be like, any kind of thing that you have going on right now, but I feel like you're creating, and I feel like I'm doing some of it on a computer, which is really cool because I feel like there's like these, I don't know, I feel like I'm moving things around. Yes, retired. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, then there's more things that you're supposed to be doing with yourself, being more chill, doing all of that, Kathy. So your guides, your angels, and your loved ones are actually bringing forth many messages for you, and they can be in the signs of many different things. So pay attention because I feel like there's feathers. I feel like there's seashells showing up for you. I feel like there's actually little bits of change that are showing up for you. And also things are moving. Like you might put your stuff down or you might be looking for it and then all of a sudden it's right next to you. So they just want you to pay attention to the energy that you're creating and the energy that you're working with and enjoy more of your life. All right. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, you're making shell flowers. That's why I said shell. I love that. Keep making more. You can sell them or give them away as Christmas presents or housewarming gifts, because I feel like you know a lot of people, Kathy. I feel like you know a lot of people. So I'm going to leave that with you, dear. Keep creating. Keep creating. Woo-hoo. All right, Bridget, you're next. All right, we got to switch my paper. I scribbled all over this one. Bridget. All right, Bridget, new beginnings. You are my stork story. I feel like there is beautiful new beginnings for you. You are ready to think outside the box. You are ready to be the master creator, and you're going to do it with no fear. It's like you've slayed your dragons. You know what I mean? It's funny because I posted stuff about dragons earlier, but I feel like you've slayed your dragons, right? Whatever it was that was keeping you from moving forward, you've slayed that. Okay. So you have cut all the ties from anything that was tethering you too low in energy and vibration. You are now ready to start to float away like a helium balloon, right? It's like we can keep that balloon down here for so long, but then we give it to the little kid and they're like, yeah, I can hold on to it. And then there it goes. Okay. So you are ready to go to new limits and to new heights. Okay, just like this balloon will easily be carried away. So you have to trust in that path that's in front of you now. And opportunities and experiences are going to expose themselves to you because that is what you're calling into your nature. It's going to be it's not going to be okay, because there's going to be things that are going to be not nearly as strenuous of all the things that you've been through. Things are going to be simplified, if that makes sense. And you're going to help simplify them because things get carried on too long or too whatever. But anyways, you understand what I'm saying. And I don't know if you're in a relationship right now, but if you're not, there's going to be one. And there's going to be this, you need to open up more. I don't know what that means for you, but there's like this, I feel like there's like this, I feel like I'm dancing, but I feel like there's this opening up right now. Just expand on that. So I'm going to leave that with you, Bridget. Thank you. Bridget just says, thank you. I just left my stable job and that was my dragon. They definitely kept me down. Oh yeah, they did. Oh yeah. Good for you. Super proud of you. I know how hard that is, but now new beginnings, my friends, new beginnings. Hello, Cheyenne. I'm so glad you're here as well. Popping on. Are you with hubby too? All right. Next is going to be Richard. All right. I'm doing all my donations first, y'all. Richard Riddle. All right, Richard, you have a lot. Okay, messages coming in all shapes and forms for you this evening, days, and all of that. You are, and it's funny because sometimes it sounds like it's a little garbled or whatever, but it's coming through clear as they can make it in this moment. So there's something that you are clearing up for yourself right now. So it's like, okay, so there's expansion coming for you. So I also feel like there's all right, Dia made it back. Woo! All right. So Richard, I feel like I'm getting on a wheel. Okay. And I feel like I'm going places, but I'm not going anywhere. So sometimes I feel like I'm the hamster on the wheel and I'm just going, but I'm not accomplishing anything. They want you to know that you're going to not feel that way anymore because sometimes you feel like you are that. But now you're going to move beyond that. You're moving beyond the cages that have been set for you. So I don't know if this has to do with work or anything like that, because I feel like there's going to be changes at work. I feel like there's going to be changes in management as well. I feel like things are going to run better and smoothly. So just be aware of that. And I also see you going outside of your box. So it's like you're going outside of your town or you're going outside of your state. So there's some kind of vacation or some kind of trip that's coming up for you, Richard. So they just want you to be aware of that. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie. He's probably out driving around, Cheyenne. All right, let's see what's going on. Thea, I'm glad you made it back. I told everyone you had difficulties, and now you made it back. You found the portal key. Ha ha ha. I love that. Okay. So next, Dia, I said since you disappeared, I was going to give you a message. And then I'm going to give Cheyenne a message after that because I saw she popped on. And then and then I'll scan through and see where we're out after that. Okay, you guys? All right. So, all right, let's see. Dia. All right. So the number 7 is coming up for you, but it's like shooting out discs. So I feel like this is in your dream time. And this is what it feels like to me. So I feel like I'm shooting out these discs, right? And I feel like I'm shooting them at people. Okay. So I'm not in the physical in our real lives, but in dream time. You know what I mean? And I feel like you've seen this before. And I almost feel like it's something that you're giving information to people. It's like, it's almost like a download. You're throwing these little downloads, they remind me of, like disc golf, but they're not going to hurt you like if you get hit in the head because they're more like the CDs back in the day. But there's also this like all this shooting out this one side. So there's all like, I feel like you're being propelled like a rocket. Okay, so there's going to be things that are going to come up and things that are going to move very quickly. And this could be, whatever that is. I don't know because they're still showing me the 7. So 7 significant to you. I don't know what the 7 means for you in this very moment, but that's what they're sharing with me. And also, I feel like you are getting ready to go to the farm, which I know you are, but I feel like there's going to be some messages that are going to be happening while you're there. So pay attention. They're like showing me you keeping notes. So you're going to be sitting, outside with nature and you're going to let some things flow because I feel like there's a new flow that's going to be coming to you to add to everything that you have going on right now and all that you're going to create moving forward. So I'm going to leave that with you, Dia. Yes. Cheyenne, yes, I know he does because he posts, he does. And I see him out like posting like all hours of the night. So he's our little watchdog. See? Cheyenne, you're in the right business. He's a watchdog. All right. So that's funny. So Cheyenne, I'm going to do you next. All right. And Bridget says, seems about right, D. See, Bridget agrees with me. She's up for new beginnings. Look, I wrote you guys on the same picture. Like you guys were on the same page. This is pretty awesome. I didn't even do that on purpose. That's funny. All right. So Cheyenne, let's see what's shaking in your world. Yeah, good luck with that, Cheyenne. Okay. All right. So you are being, that's funny. Now do the video on that one, Cheyenne. I want to see that. Okay. So Cheyenne, I am getting this beautiful energy that's going on around you because I feel like everything that you're being, okay, because sometimes I feel like you're pulled in a lot of directions, right? Because sometimes as a business owner you are, and all the things that you're involved with. So I feel like you're going to pull back on some, right? And then you're going to put more energy into others, but I feel like you are completely comfy in what you're doing right now. I feel like you're in this big white fluffy cloud type thing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you're just kind of floating along with going with the flow. Okay, so I feel like there's some of that going on. Also, there's going to be expansion for you, the husband. I feel like you guys are finally putting some dots together, learning some valuable lessons as we move forward about discernment and people, because it goes both ways. So this is kind of mixing in your hubby here. But I feel like for you, you are like, girl, you are like a shooting star that doesn't even know how bright you are yet. You are going to create and continue to create an amazing place for your family, for you, and for this town, because you are working for the people. Okay. So I don't know how this is going to expand for you, but just know that it is in many different ways. And also bringing exposure. You're bringing transparency to everywhere you go, and you won't let people hide behind fake facades anymore. Okay. We're taking down the fakeness. Everyone has to take their mask off and truly show who they are. So I feel like you're helping those around you and assisting them in that way. So I'm going to leave that with you, Cheyenne. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Now I know there was a couple more people that wanted messages. Hold on. I got to write you guys all down so I can keep track. You guys. All right. My nose is itching now, you guys. It's itching again. Why does it always itch when I'm on my show? All right. All right. I'm not going to scroll up now. So if you had already asked for a message and I didn't name your name yet, please write it down, because the last one I see is Kim Othman. So I'm going to write her down. And then if I think someone else asked for a message too. I almost took on something else this week, but I fixed it, laugh out. Yeah, you can't take on everything. Oh, Lanka needs to be on the list. I just said Kim O. Lanka. All right, who else? I'll take a little break. It takes you 10 seconds for the relay to get to me. Oh, Rachel wants a message. Woo! Rachel, I just thought of you the other day. All right, Rachel. Woo-hoo! All right. I'm so glad you guys are here. Look at you guys are all just popping in over here. All right, Kim O. Did I miss anyone? All right, Ruth wants one. All right, and then I'll check in after messages from this. Okay, so we got Kim O. Kim O. You need some rest, relaxation, recharging of your batteries, and you're ready to go, go, go. So I don't know if you've been feeling down or out of sorts, or, just kind of off a little bit. Just know that you're being put back into place. You're being kind of rocked back and forth. Okay. So it's kind of like you're being like, I feel like you're being tuned in a way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're being tuned a little bit. I feel like there's this, I don't know if you've been up dancing or you want to dance or whatever. I feel like that would be very good for you. Moving the body, moving the energy through the body, creating that space. And I feel like it's more like that ecstatic dance. So it's kind of doesn't have rhyme or reason. You just let your body just kind of like shimmy and shake wherever feels good to you. Okay. So I feel like there's that going on for you. So Kim, they're wanting you to keep moving your body and feel that beautiful energy as you move forward. So I'm going to leave that with you, my friend. All right, Lanka. Lanka. I feel like you're going to be creative this winter. I feel like there's a story to tell. I think there's new beginnings for you as well. Things are starting to move in your direction. I feel like there's less chaos. I don't know what has shifted at work, but I feel like there's going to be less chaos. I feel like there's going to be more calm. So the bad apples are going to be shown the door. Everything's going to be flipped. It's so weird. Everything's going to be like flipped. But anyways, you can handle all this and you're helping all your coworkers through all that. But personally, I feel like there's some gentleman, and they're calling him a gentleman because I feel like there's like, and it's so funny because I feel like I want to massage you. I feel like I'm massaging your back. I feel like, you know, whoever this guy is, he's going to be really nice and he's going to know you've had a rough day and he's just going to like rub your back. Okay. So just know that this is coming because I'm seeing it in my mind's eye. It's someone that actually wants to cater to you a little bit. You know what I mean? And you have to be open to allowing that to come into your life. So I'm going to leave that with you, dear Lanka. Woo-woo! Yeah, he's like rubbing your back. I mean, like, all right. So, anyways, it'll be a lot of fun. You'll enjoy that. All right. Rachel Harvey, you are next, my friend. Good to see you. I'm glad you thought of me too. Rachel. Ooh. All right. So you've been thinking about changing some things up as well. So I feel like you are going through, or I feel like you will this fall, right? Because fall really technically just started a little while ago. But I feel like you're going through a purge. You know, even though I feel like you've done this already, I feel like you're doing it again. So there's something about, you know, cleaning up and moving things around and moving the energy around, not only inside, but outside. And I feel like there's a color change of something. You know what I mean? So I feel like I feel like the little designer in you is kind of like, you know, coming out again. You're like, oh, I have this great idea. And it's a really great idea. And I also feel like you're going to be expanding with, not only in just your work in what you do as your full-time job, but some of those hobbies that you like on the side. I feel like you're going to be moving more of that into what you do, because I feel like you're starting to incorporate more. And I feel like you're going to like, I feel like you're blending them. So I know that you've made the videos and stuff with your stuff, which I really dig watching. And I love sharing everyone that I care about out there stuff. But I feel like you're doing things in a really cool way. And also, I feel like there's going to be a few events that are going to be coming up in this to help you with more, I'm going to say business because that's the word they're using, but also with more creativity. So I feel like there's going to be a creative challenge that's coming for you, but you're going to pass it with flying colors and it's going to be a lot of fun. So and you're also getting more out in the community. I feel like, Rachel, and this is really good because your energy is helping guide you to where you need to go. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you for being here, Rachel. Good to see you again. Oh, Colin's being a pain. I know you really love him, though. He's being a pain because his feelings got hurt. I saw his video earlier. It's all good. I love him, too. Tell him it happens to all of us. This is how we have to experience from these things. Girl, only thing I can do in this field is supervise Colin to be gentle. Ha, ha, ha. All right, you guys are getting involved with all of this. Oh, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. Rachel says, thank you. Love you. You're welcome. You're welcome, dear. I love you too. All right. Let's see what's shaking in Ruth's world. Ruth Saltman, check out her show on Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. Woo! All right, Ruth Saltman, you're bringing in the heat. You're bringing in the heat. You're purging. You're releasing. You're allowing. There's a lot of things that it's almost like it's so funny because you remember those, remember those coffee pots with the percolators, you know what I mean? And it's like that. I feel like you're percolating. Oh, I do love my coffee, but you are percolating. So there's a lot of things that are coming up that need to come up and out, and you're burning them off, right? Because again, the hotter it gets, the more it percolates, right? So I feel like you need to look up percolate and see what that word means for you exactly, because I feel like that will help you. But bringing in all the heat, releasing all that energy that you have, healing energy as well. So I feel like there's going to be more healing in your future. For yourself and for others. So remember to do your self-healing and remember to heal others as well, okay? I'm getting marker on myself, you guys. All right, so Ruth, keep percolating. You got a lot of stuff going on right there. It's going to be a divine cup of coffee. Divine, that's the word they're using, divine. All right, so I'm going to leave that with you, dear. So thank you, Ruth. Did I miss any of you, darlings? Did I? It's 8:53. If there's anyone out there that would still love a message, that would be great. Yes, Lenka is funny. She's hilarious. I love her. Doop, 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 doop. All right. Doop, doop, doop. Anyone else want messages? Okay, fair enough. All right, so I'll talk to you the rest of the time because everybody is... All right, so everything that you're going through right now and experiencing, right? Good, bad, indifferent, is helping you to see who is good and bad. It could be people that we have known all our life. It could be an acquaintance that we've only known 6 months. It could be someone that we just met at the grocery store. We are able to, when we trust into ourselves and see their soul, right? This is how we all come together, right? This is how we're all coming together. We're having this little soul talk, okay? So you guys we're all coming together. Oh, how about Tiffany? I'll give Tiffany a message. I love giving Tiffany a message. Hold on. All right. But I feel like we are all coming together in this beautiful way. Okay, we are being drawn together to see who the real people are, to see behind their facades. Everybody is hiding behind a mask. Who is behind that mask? We are pulling all the masks off. I could give Barbara one too. But we are pulling all the masks off of all these people that they can no longer hide behind them. They need to be their authentic self. This is the only way that this is going to work. They need to be authentic. Okay? All right. So I'll do Tiffany. All right, Tiffany. Let's see what's shaking in your world. Girl, you just keep doing. You ideas. Pew, pew, pew. I got all these little light bulbs coming up. This is a good idea. This is a good idea too. And I feel like, again, you're rounding them all up and putting them under an umbrella. So again, it's kind of like Goldylocks. And then there's like this, it's so funny because I've seen like these gold, like gold coin showers, right? I'm seeing these gold, it's like the sparkly glitter, but they're showing me them as being circular like coins. So again, there's a creativity inside of you that's going to be creating more for those around you and for your family. And also a great cushy clouds are going to talk to you this week. All right, and Barbara, I know you're still out there. Woo! Spirit is already talking to you loud and clear. Trust. Share that information. You keep getting messages over and over again too. Again, you're going to be breaking out your art supplies too. Maybe that's another class you can have with your friends. There's going to be many opportunities for you to create some of those different things. And in the winter, when more people don't want to be outside because it's a little chilly, or they want something more to do, you know, creativity, kind of like infuse it with the things that you know, right? Infuse it. That's the word they're using. Infuse. I'm going to leave that with you, Barbara. Tiffany says, thank you, Melissa. Spot on. I was looking at the clouds before dinner and noticing how different they are now. Yes. Let's talk about that for a hot minute, because when I looked at the clouds tonight, I was like, man, these kind of remind me of clouds from a long time ago. They were like white, and they were white and puffy, and they didn't have like more of those undertones. You know, they were just like different. And then the sky looked like a different blue to me as well. You know, a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more alive. Did you guys notice any of that thing? Have you guys seen any of that? Huh? Barbara says, thank you so much. Love you. Love you for your support. No, I love you for your support as well. I love all of you very, very much. Soul to soul. We know each other from many, whatever it is that you want to believe in. Lifetimes, galaxies, universes, whatever your belief system is right now. But there has been many of us that have been drawn together because we have, I'm going to say, the right frequency where we kind of like come together. Okay, so pay attention to that. Pay attention to the frequency of the people that you're interacting with. Okay, Cheyenne says, love you too. I love you. Whoop, whoop. I love you. You guys are amazing beings of light. Okay. You guys are now the lighthouses. Okay. The lighthouses. Okay. And there's one more thing that I want to say before I carry on with all of that. There are people that we run into in this world that we want to help to succeed. Sometimes our help is not what they need. What they need is their own support. So I don't know who needs to hear this today, or who you've been trying to help over and over again, and you know it doesn't work out. Just know that you are learning where your boundaries are, and you're learning that the energy always has to be exchanged. Okay, there always has to be an energy exchange. If there isn't, then there's always going to be energy sucking. Okay, so I want you guys to pay attention to all of that as you move forward as well, because there's been a lot of that going on for a long time. But anyways, you guys, woo, this was the first week of October. We have a few weeks of this left. I want you guys to have the most amazing October. I want you guys to stand in your light, your power, your energy, your truth, your authenticity. I want you to stand in that bright lighthouse. Woo, woo, woo. Shining that light from here, there, and everywhere, and guiding those around you. And if you want to create something, create outside the box and do it with people that you love and admire. And I'll see you guys next week. Love you guys.